make your own mix at different depending on the challenge or the where you are in life on during the day. But the third one that I'm sort of more exploring now and actually acting out more like more mostly in private but it happens to be a good catalyst for action in general, which results in public, so to speak, which is a sort of danger because it's if you use the anger mode, or I'm going to specify it more in detail, but it's like being an asshole in public is probably not too good at all times to be. I mean, there need to be balance to every emotion and so forth. But as I said on what did not be recorded, that some things deserve to be perhaps some level of anger directed towards it because it's nasty and bad. But I usually find or have thought of people as dumb people, like both like they're not thinking straight, not thinking good, or like evil. I usually thought of, or evil, I don't know, but just passionate people about supporting an issue without that I perhaps disagree with. I usually think of, even though I seldom engage, very seldom, perhaps never, almost never engage in such situations, I still have thought of as the most appropriate approach to actually be sort of understanding as a sort of bridge to having faith in the discussion, or the, like, if you're not, or perhaps you just don't have to do like laying flat on the mat so people stamp on you, but you can still do that in a way that's sort of quite aggressive and standing up for yourself, but still be sort of respecting and sort of integrating their perspective and understanding of that perspective in your in your position, and sort of building a bridge of sort of understanding. But since I guess I'm not that much practice, I was about to say, I guess it's with my parents the most, and that we can disagree a lot, but they're not, well, they can be assholes, as can I guess, but I'm not sure the approach that I usually find they're different. I guess it's quite different from person to person how you should deal with the person. But I do still think that there's something to say. But I also think that this more of aggressive, I mean, sometimes that's necessary, I guess. But perhaps it's not. Perhaps it is maybe the reason there is so much anger and confusion and group against group is because I don't remember if I said this one or the one that I forgot to record, but that it's anger is a catalyst for action many times. It's a good force to like ignore social what's the word, constraints that you have, and just don't give a f of how people, you're just angry, you're just lashing out your anger and screaming hopefully, but or in some situation even that is, but I guess it's good to be careful with that one. But so, but maybe that's a big reason, because since it's such a good catalyst for action, people who don't get angry or do not use that sort of, or anger is perhaps not the only way to describe it, but sort of more bitter Even though I usually think that bitterness and resentment is really bad stuff. So if you can get into sort of a somewhat cocky mode, perhaps, is a good way to think about it. Arrogant, perhaps, cocky, angry, I don't know the best way to describe it, because if you're too sort of timid and not like masculine, or I don't know how to, and just sure of yourself and stuff, and you won't act, and people also won't follow, or even listen, perhaps. But that's probably a good reason to why, like, it's a famous saying from, I think, it's Bertrand Russell. What does he say? What it's a somewhat like, it's a tragedy that most really smart people doubt themselves or their thoughts, and the dumb people do not, or something. It's he used other words, but much more eloquently worded, but yes, and I mean, to go quite far in this, like privately, you can go real far with this attitude, like really cocky. When I really mean it, I mean really cocky, like, and perhaps even like pure evil, or like a disgusting attitude towards other people, and it's not obvious where the limit should go, because you can go to places where comparable to, like, I don't know how to put the words, but you can go to really dark places, like, and I don't necessarily mean like your brain feel dark. I mean, you can feel quite well when you're a real disgusting creep, like when you're a real, when you let your evil sort of play out, and just, and the worst thing about it is it's quite a much of pleasure doing it, and that's perhaps there's much evil in the world, I don't know. And so it's probably not a good thing to do if you do not have a really good and controlled moral compass, because many people should probably do less of it, perhaps, or at least learn to control before engage in something similar to that. And but I do find there's a lot of action and stuff in that, but usually it's not like, if you have